This episode is sponsored by football's ultimate survival game. Let's see who's the final one standing.
AFTV Transfer Daily, a show that keeps you up to date with players will be linked with a transfer move to Arsenal.
Welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. As you can see, we're in the brand new Arsenal third kit, and if you want to see my review on it, go to the review video. It's white, off-white, not lily white, and I absolutely love it. So make sure you go and check out my review of it. Of course, what we all want to see is a brand new signing, so I can put on the back. Can I get Eze on the back? Number one, it'd be cheap on the letters, but number two, what an awesome player that would be. But listen, it's just great so far that we've made so many signings. It's been a very, very active summer. Lots of really, really positive signings. I mean, we've got the friendly tomorrow against Villarreal, and I'm sure the big focus is going to be on Victor Gyökeres. Does he start that game? Noni Madueke, who's come back early from his holidays to train with Arsenal, could he get some minutes? It's going to be interesting to see what he can do in an Arsenal shirt. Zubamendi, Norgard, Kepa, Mosquera, some good signings, 6 new signings for Arsenal. And it's been a really, really productive window. But what about outgoings? Because, incomings are important, but outgoings are also very, very important. I'm about to touch on that right now. First of all, just got to remind you about final one standing. If you guys want to get involved, £500,000 up for grabs, free to play. Remember how you play it. You enter a team each week. If your team wins, you go into the next round. As simple as that. If your team loses or draw, you are out. All you got to do is pick a winner each week, and you progress and progress and progress, and eventually you can win that £500,000.
You lot are always in the comments saying that we don't know ball. Well, now it's your chance to prove it. Could you predict the Premier League if we offered you £500,000 to do it? We've partnered with William Hill to bring you final one standing. The rules are simple. Pick a Premier League team every week. Win, you stay in. Lose or draw, you're out. But you can only pick each team once. It's free to play, and there's £500,000 up for grabs. That's right, £500,000. Perfect. You need to have a William Hill app to play, so scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description below to get involved. 18 plus, UK only. Please gamble responsibly. Terms and conditions apply, and full terms are in the link below. Let's see who's the final one standing.
If you want to get involved, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description. Remember, gamble responsibly. You must be over 18 and based in the UK. Terms and conditions apply. Outgoings. Very, very important, as well as incomings, right? And so far, the outgoings for Arsenal have been these. Nuno Tavares left for Lazio for £6.5 million. Arsenal also got a 25% sell-on clause in there. Jorginho was, he came to the end of his contract. So did Thomas Partey. So did Kieran Tierney. Takehiro Tomiyasu was released, surprisingly, as he was injured, but he was released. And Marquinhos was sold for £2.5 million. So far, when I'm checking this out, revenue-wise, we've gotten about £9 million in revenue. I'm dropping my iPad here. About £9 million in revenue. Now, remember, we've spent just approximately £190 million. And while, listen, there's no problems with PSR or any of those problems or any of those issues for Arsenal this summer, they want to get some money in as well as the money that's gone out. So which players could be leaving? Now, Fábio Vieira definitely looks like he could be on the move. David Ornstein reporting yesterday that Stuttgart over there in the Bundesliga are very, very interested in signing him indeed. They've made contact with Arsenal and are currently in talks with Arsenal over a deal. Arsenal said to be looking for around about £25 million for Fábio Vieira, who spent last season on loan at Porto. Porto interested in as well, but they don't seem to be able to have the money to get the deal done. Could Fábio Vieira be heading to Stuttgart? There was also a bit of a revelation yesterday as well about Jakub Kiwior. Widely reported yesterday that Arsenal turned down a loan deal for him, plus an obligation to buy him of around about 27 million euros. That's around about 23 million pounds. They turned that down from Porto last week. Now, Arsenal said to want at least 30 million pounds, or some people saying 30 million euros. I've been hearing pounds. If it's euros, that's around about 26 million pounds. For Jakub Kiwior. We also know that Mikel Arteta doesn't really want to sell him, but if a big amount of money comes in for him, they may let him go. We saw yesterday that, they've been looking at other defenders as well. Lots of clubs interested in Jakub Kiwior. He's not pushing for a move at the moment, but it's going to be really interesting to see if he's still an Arsenal player come the end of the transfer window, especially as he's such a valuable player to the squad. Then there's Leandro Trossard. It seems like as every day goes past, a new club is linked with trying to sign Leandro Trossard. I've been talking about how various different clubs around Europe and around the UK want him. Yesterday I spoke about how Crystal Palace were interested in him. Now we're hearing that Brentford want to sign Leandro Trossard. Of course, Brentford look like they could be losing Johan Wissa. He looks like he's on his way out and he could be heading to Newcastle. And Brentford really interested in signing Leandro Trossard. Does start to look like Trossard will leave this summer. He's got so many clubs interested in signing him. But where will he end up? Leandro Trossard linked with Brentford today. Reiss Nelson, as we know, Fulham, very, very interested in signing him. The rumours are that this could be a deal that could be completed by the end of this week. That is what some of the rumours have been saying. Arsenal valuing him at around about £15 million. Could Reiss Nelson be on his way? He's really looked electric in pre-season. Remember, he had an injury last. He was doing really well at Fulham on loan. Then he got injured, but he seems to be back and looking really, really sharp. Fulham interested in signing him, as they are with Oleksandr Zinchenko. Now, again, multiple clubs interested in Zinchenko. However, the sticking point on Zinchenko for a lot of clubs is the wages. He's currently on a big wage at Arsenal. Listen, if you're on a big wage and you're a footballer, why would you want to cut your wages in half? If you still got a contract going, you still want to get those big wages or near to that wherever you go. But one to keep an eye on, Oleksandr Zinchenko. So quite a few players there that, are wanted and could be moving on. And it looks like Arsenal are prioritising some of those moves at the moment. Still interested in Eze, but they better get their heels on if they want to get this deal done. I mean, there was a report going around yesterday saying that, and this came from Sunsport, that both Eze and Mark Gay, who's also at Crystal Palace, Crystal Palace's captain, is also wanted by Liverpool, could both stay at Crystal Palace this summer. That wouldn't be good news for Arsenal as they're interested in Eze. But, Oliver Glasner doesn't want to let any of those two go. And the longer this goes on, the more they may be able to tempt them to stay. I still think they're going to lose one of those Palace. It's either going to be Mark Gueye or Eze. They may not want to lose both. If Arsenal want to get a deal done, they need to move fast and get the Eze deal over the line. But it does look, as I said, like they seem to be prioritising, moving players out at the moment. And if they don't get Eze, will they move for this next guy? Fermín López of Barcelona, the highly talented 22-year-old attacking midfield player who's really been, prepping up interest of a lot of clubs in the Premier League. Manchester United said to be the club that are really, really interested in him. I've even seen reports that they're ready in a bid of around about £61 million. But there's also been reports saying that Arsenal might be willing to hijack this deal to get this deal done. He could be an alternative to Eze, but would be very expensive and not Premier League proven. Give me Sport going with this story today. Barcelona also want to keep Fermín López. They see him as a real top talent and a real player is going to be very influential for them in the future. But it'll be interesting to see how that one turns out with Fermín López, but Arsenal being linked with him today. So those are the transfer rumours for today. As I said, lots of players to be, outgoing, as we brought in so many incoming players. Who's going to be leaving and who's going to be coming in before the end of the transfer window that slams shut on the 1st of September? You'll find out everything here on Transfer Daily. Just keep it locked and keep subscribing. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.